A musical day, everyone! Welcome to the very first episode of Music Discovery, the Asian Music Edition. I am Sir Jason, and I will be guiding you as we explore the astonishing world of Asian music. For today's episode, we are all set to discover and experience some of the unique music cultures of Southeast Asian countries. Let's go! Before we go to our first destination, let's take a look at the map of Southeast Asia. What countries do you see on the map? As you can see, Southeast Asia consists of 11 countries. It is generally divided into two regions. The mainland region, which includes Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. And the island or maritime region, which includes Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, East Timor, and of course, the Philippines. So, are you excited to know our first destination? Then what are you waiting for? Get your pen and paper and join me as we embark on a new, fun, and exciting musical journey only here at Music Discovery, the Asian Music Edition. Are you familiar with this place? This is Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument in the world, known to be the City of the Gods. It is located in the heart of our first destination, Cambodia. Cambodia is undeniably one of the most beautiful countries in Southeast Asia. It was the center of the Khmer or Cambodian Kingdom of Angkor, a great empire that dominated Southeast Asia for 600 years. Art music of Cambodia is highly influenced by ancient forms as well as Hindu forms. Their music gained a worldwide reputation in the 1960s until the dramatic political problems that led to the destruction of their arts and music. Most cultural institutions were burnt down and destroyed. Many dancers and musicians were executed. However, because of the resilience of Cambodians, their music and art forms were revived and began to flourish again. One of the most significant forms of music in Cambodia is called Pinpeat. The Pinpeat is a Cambodian musical ensemble or an orchestra that usually accompanies ceremonial music of the royal courts and temples. Also, music has always been part of their court dances, masked plays, shadow plays, and religious ceremonies. It's time for our first musical challenge! Let's go! The name of this challenge is Can You See the Sound? Oh wow! These must be the instruments that make up a pinpeat. So here's what we have to do. There are 5 different sounds that will be played. We have to identify which among these instruments produces each sound. Remember, careful listening is the key. Alright, let's now listen to the first sound. Which of the instruments could be the one that produces this sound? If your answer is skorthom, you got it right! The skorthom is a percussion instrument with 2 barrel-like drums played with a pair of wooden drumsticks. It is classified as a membranophone instrument because it produces sound primarily by way of a vibrating stretched membrane. Membranophones can generate sounds by striking, rubbing, or blowing against a stretched membrane. Ready for the second sound? Let's hear it! Which instrument do you think can produce this sound? If your answer is sampor, you're correct! The sampor is a double-headed barrel drum indigenous to Cambodia. The sampor has 2 heads with one drumhead being larger than the other and is played with both hands. Just like the skorthom, it is also classified as a membranophone. Alright, 2 down, 3 more to go! Let's now listen to the third sound. Which among these 3 instruments can produce this sound? If you answered Ching, you're absolutely right. The Ching is a small, bowl-shaped finger cymbals made of thick and heavy bronze. The Ching is classified as an idiophone, which refers to any musical instrument that produces sound primarily by the vibration of the instrument itself, without the use of air, strings, or membranes. Other examples of idiophones are the bamboo xylophone, also called the gabang, which is found in the southern Philippines region, the tongatong from Kalinga province, and the Philippine Jews harp, commonly known as kubing in the south and ulibao in the north. Now, let's proceed to the fourth sound. Between the onyat and kongvong, which is most likely to produce this sound? If your answer is onyat, you just got it right again. The onyat is a wooden xylophone used in the Khmer classical music of Cambodia. It has 21 thick bamboo or hardwood bars that are suspended from the strings attached to the two walls, played with wooden drumsticks. Onyat also belongs to the classification idiophone. Look! There's only one more instrument left, and it's called kongvong. The kongvong is a traditional Cambodian percussion instrument having numerous gongs attached together onto a circular rack that goes around the player. Are you curious about the sound it produces? Let's hear it. The kongvong is one of the many traditional Khmer percussion instruments used for occasions such as religious ones. It produces a light and melodious sound. Also, it can be heard during classical dances, court dances, and shadow plays. The kongvong is also considered an idiophone. And we did it! Wow! What great listening skills you have. Well, I knew you always had it in you. Great job! Music is everywhere in Myanmar, formerly Burma, with more than 100 ethnic groups, each with a unique style and sound. The music of Myanmar is quite like many other musical traditions in the region, including Chinese music and Thai music, probably because its longest land border is shared with China. Just like in Cambodia and Indonesia, Myanmar has a traditional folk music ensemble too, and it's called the Saing Waing. The Saing Waing is made up mainly of different gongs and drums, as well as other instruments, depending on the nature of the performance. Myanmar's musical instruments are categorized into two types: the loud-sounding and soft-sounding. The loud-sounding instruments are performed outdoors or in open-air ensembles at ceremonies and festivals. Most of the saing-waing instruments are loud-sounding. Soft-sounding instruments are performed indoors at more formal and classical performances. Some of the best examples are the saung gaok, a 13-string angular harp with a soft sound, which is the national instrument of Myanmar. The Burmese xylophone called patala, which is similar to the onniat of Cambodia. Or the piano and violin, both introduced during the colonial rule period. Aside from musical ensembles, Myanmar also has an extensive collection of classical songs that are usually accompanied by the saung gaok, called the Maha Gita, which means great or royal song. These songs are divided into different types, like the oldest repertoires, royal court music, songs of longing, horses dance songs, worship songs for Burmese spirits, and songs of sorrow and music adapted from Ayutthaya and the Mon people of Thailand. I bet you're ready for our next destination. Well then, let's go to Vietnam! Nak Vietnam refers to the ethnic music that originated from the Kinh people of Vietnam. This term is also used to address the music of any of the numerous ethnic minorities, including the Montagnard, Degar, Thai, Cham, and many others. Like many other Southeast Asian countries, Vietnam is also known for its beaches, rivers, Buddhist pagodas, and bustling cities. Vietnam, officially the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, is located on the eastern coast of Indo-Chinese Peninsula. Although Vietnam is geographically part of Southeast Asia, you will realize that its culture and music are much closer to the Far East than to its Southeast Asian neighbors. This is because of the 10 centuries of Chinese rule in Vietnam. Thus, the early music theory of Vietnam was either based upon or adapted to the prevailing Chinese theory, which makes Vietnamese folk music sound like the Chinese. This is why if you notice our beautiful background music, you would be tempted to think that it's Chinese music. And that's totally understandable, as Vietnamese music shows the influences of Chinese culture and traditions. Vietnamese music also shows signs of Indian influences, noticeable in the improvisation preludes of chamber music, known as Rao in the south and Dao in the north. The traditional music of Vietnam can be categorized into three major categories, namely imperial court music, folk music, and religious and ceremonial music. Nanak is the most popular and very renowned type of imperial court music, performed during the Tran dynasty to the last Nguyen dynasty. This form of classical music is also performed in honor of the gods and scholars in temples. Other classical music belonging to this category includes the Dai Nak, which means great music, and the Tu Nak, meaning small music, which was performed as chamber music for the king. The next category is folk music, which includes diverse music that is performed both indoors and outdoors. Even performers of this category are diverse, from professional musicians down to the blind artists in the streets who perform to earn their living. The folk music of Vietnam is performed on different occasions, such as in musical theaters, streets, courtship rituals, and ceremonies for invoking spirits. Sometimes, they can also be influenced by Western elements. Lastly, the religious and ceremonial music of Vietnam. This is simply music performed in religious rituals or at funerals. And that's it for the music of Vietnam.